Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Greg J, live from the DreamKreator Arts Annex, downtown Long Beach, where we have recently opened our latest art exhibit. This is called Long Beach Rising, Murals of the Movement. Yeah, Long Beach Rising, Murals of the Movement. We are really excited about this. The origin story of the murals, as you can see, I'm surrounded by them, is that immediately after the murder of George Floyd, uh, protests erupted in cities all across the globe. Remember that? Well, out here in Long Beach, the uh, business owners around the area boarded up their windows to protect against damage as people took to the streets crying out for social justice. Well, artists from all over the city converged on the city and painted beautiful murals on the plywoods that were adorning the storefronts and protecting the storefronts. And it's just very, very cool to see, really, really awesome to see, really, really incredible to see. We've been able to preserve them. We've been able to reconstruct them. They come in very many pieces of plywood, and it's like putting together a giant jigsaw puzzle, is what this is really about. Um, the artwork is just exceptional out here. We've built a very nice gallery setting for them. We had our opening reception on Saturday, and the artists came by with their families. And those who did not come have reached out and they said they're going to come and check it out right here in downtown Long Beach. This is street art, right? And the whole thing about street art, it's very interesting. As we began to do this, we just wanted to dust these off, recover them out of the dust of urban transformation. They were kind of forgotten, if you will. And yeah, we were able to gain access to these valuable pieces of work and, assemble them and put them in this particular preservation mode. We're stewarding a piece of history in the city of Long Beach. But street art, right? It's a different thing than graffiti art. Maybe its roots do begin to, at graffiti art, graph writers, beautiful murals on trains and walls and the hoods, the inner cities of America. Hip hop culture. Hip hop, they're talking 50 years of hip hop, and it's not just the music, it's the culture that includes graph writing, that includes breakdancing, that includes fashion. Yeah, so this is, I think, a generation removed from the original art, but it is certainly exciting to see, certainly scintillating, beautiful art painted on the cold walls of a metropolis. I hope that y'all will take the time to come down, and check this out. It's 255 East 4th Street. But as we begin to talk about this whole notion of, street art and the essence of it, uh, you know, one has to remind ourselves that this is beautiful art that emerged in a time of tremendous stress. People were taking to the streets after witnessing the murder of George Floyd. People were out to damage, the cities. But community came together to beautify the situation. The boarded up, the naked plywood boards. I've seen some pictures and some video, and maybe down the line we'll go ahead and show some to you. But some of the pictures, man, when you look at all of just the plain naked plywood on whole city blocks of businesses, it does look like a post-apocalyptic metropolis, the kind of stuff you'd see on. Remember the movie Mad Max? Very close to that. And I remember the time there was a lot of anarchists out there, and that was very interesting to see their writings on the different plywoods and the walls and all of that. I was really struck by the diversity of young people that were taking to the streets. And I know that sometimes media pushes the narrative that there was massive looting and all of that in Long Beach. And while people probably did experience looting and whatnot, I do believe those were mostly outside agitators because I did go out into the protests to see. I mean, my whole career working in the radio station has been where I was out there to see and witness protests, marches, town hall meetings, community, so many, situations. It was interesting this time to go out and I see the video and I see young people, our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, our nephews out there on the street hollering peaceful protest, peaceful protest, right there in front of the police, you know. And that was Long Beach, if you ask me. But at any rate, in the ensuing days after that, I remember there was a massive cleanup where communities really came together, went out and swept up broken glass if there was some trash in the streets, you know what I mean, made from the thousands that went out to scream for social justice. And the boarded up, storefronts just made the neighborhoods look real crazy. And so the artists came out and they painted these beautiful messages of peace and love, activism, emotion, you know. Yeah, look at that one. That's a beautiful one. How can you see? Yeah. Yeah, she's tall. This story of this one here, man, as we were going through the piles of plywood to curate this show, I kept finding this one and I put it together. And there was a ginormous piece missing right here, right? And man, it was just incredible that, but the beautiful part was what was left was so pretty and beautiful. I just left it laid out on the floor. But piece by piece, even small fragments like this here, was able to find. And then when we brought the various carpenters and people to expert woodworkers to help me assemble these without compromising the actual art, we were able to cut and fashion the pieces. So now she's complete. And she's saying LB Strong. That artist is Ellipsis. And I can't wait to meet her. She has two very beautiful pieces here in this collection, that are just really, really awesome. The second piece by Ellipsis is here. You see that one back behind me? Yes, yes, very beautiful, right? Yeah. Another great artist that we've had, and he's come down here with his wife and child, and he's been very, very helpful, man. Even swept up the gallery one time, ran the, vacuum cleaner in here, helpful brother. Hugo Lamelli, he has a couple of pieces, this ginormous Long Beach Strong piece, that's him. Strong Beach is what he's saying. The piece that everybody loves is a collaboration with Hugo and this and Jesse J Arts, and this is their piece there. And then another favorite is this one by Jamura Preeti. Boy, and we're back. Yeah, little left hand hit that hit the screen. I'm recording off my phone right now, broadcasting off my phone. I don't do that often. Really do it in our studio, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Long Beach Rising, Murals of the Movement. We were talking about Alepsis, and we were talking about Hugo Lamelli. He also did the beautiful portrait of Dr. Martin Luther King that's here. Shout out to Jose Loza with this beautiful rendering of Audre Lorde, the educator, philosopher, activist. This is really a favorite also in the space. And so many different incredible pieces of work. Dr. Martin Luther King there. That's also Hugo Lamelli. We have definitely, be the change. There's so many incredible expressions that were created in a very, very stressful time. Street art, y'all, in a gallery setting, pop-up gallery, DreamKreator Arts Annex, 255 East 4th Street. That's in downtown Long Beach. We're open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7. Come on through, experience it. We'll also be doing a number of different events in here. We're going to do a documentary screening. We're going to do receptions for another art event that's kind of around the corner. We're going to do talks with various community groups in the city, just to come in, absorb the art, absorb the essence of justice, absorb the essence of peace, and also provide a community service to those who want to have a little space to have meetings and talks. Long Beach Rising, Murals of the Movement, Coffee Conversations with Greg J., Hannibal Media Group. Thank you. Beach City Radio, beachcityradio.com. All right, y'all, listen, I just wanted to try this out on my phone, and going to do a few more interviews and have guests and all of that on our lives. And, this is what it is. All right. Yeah, yes. Peace and blessings.